Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. I am super excited. So today is the first official review of this little theme week, kind of a week, of these Ralphius beers, courtesy of Keith at 93 Lumber. Thanks so much, Keith. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. People watching this, if you don't follow Keith's channel, I don't understand you. Click on the @ symbol thing in the description box below to go to his channel. So this is the first one. I talked about all four I'll be drinking in the last video. This is just the base Ralphius, just in case you didn't watch that video or don't remember. Of course, this one of the four I have is the hardest one to read with the black font on the gray background. But anyway, it's Imperial Stout, aged for 1 year in bourbon barrels, 14.4% ABV. The tasting notes they give are pretty fresh in my mind, so I'll just read them again. I usually try to give my own thoughts first. Are fully, I can't make out that word, rich and velvety Imperial Stout aged 1 year in a variety of bourbon barrels, then blended to taste before packaging. The result is many layers of character featuring notes of chocolate, jammy, dark fruits, vanilla, caramel. All flavors I love. Plus, dog! Yay! Try to get my dog to come down here, but he was just like, nah, I'm going to lay on the couch. Stinking Bruno. Alright, let's get into this. Thanks again, Keith, man. I'm super stoked. So, I've had a version of Ralphius before, courtesy of Alex. And I've had, at this point, decent number of free will beers. This brewery is just killing it. All right, so anyway. It's dark, but I do see some brown in there. But yeah, it's black, but with a little bit of brown. Not a lot of head. I didn't pour particularly aggressive, though, either. Small, medium, big, stick in the side of glass mostly. Like a mocha, light mocha color. Let's see. Yeah, some legs, which makes sense given the higher ABV. Not a lot of... or legs, but not a lot of lacing. Let's get the aroma. Ooh, okay, so there's a little, it's not coffee, but there's a little bit of roast, which now has me excited for the coffee variant. Man, that caramel thing, for sure. I get, like I typically get caramel in big bourbon barrel aged stouts, but how early I'm getting it in here and how prominent it is. And this is the thing. It was one of my top 10 beers of 2022 from these guys, or total, but one of them happened to be from these guys. Was it Nocino or something like that? Menocio, something like that. But anyway, how all it had a ton of adjuncts in it, barrel aging, and how nothing was overpowering anything else. How it all worked together, also, like almost like it had been aged longer because the flavors were melted so nicely together. But anyway. That's how this caramel, it reminds me of that, even though it doesn't have caramel added to it, it's unmistakably there, and even though it's like one of the first things I'm noticing, it's not overpowering any of the other things. There's that nice roast thing, decent level of chocolate as well. Kind of sweet chocolate, because there's that sweet element to it. Little bit of distillery, or spirit, I mean. Distilled spirit, maybe that's what my brain was trying to say out loud. Man, then back to that caramel thing. A little bit of powdered sugar, so kind of like a cowtail. Ooh, okay, so there's that berry note. Okay, so yeah, I actually, well, of course I don't get vanilla, but there are other notes, at least I know they're tasting notes, I'm getting in the aroma for sure. Plus that little bit of roastiness that I'm really liking. It brings some good balance to it. See about the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Keith. I really appreciate it. And again, I hope you're doing well. Oh my God. It's just stupid. Like, great level of sweetness. The alcohol, the barrel, not the spirit part of it, the actual barrel, and that little bit of roast I got in the aroma is carrying it through the taste. Those three things are providing balance to a relatively sweet beer. It's kind of like that, like adult, chocolate dessert versus like just overly sugar, kind of dessert, too much sugar kind of dessert. It has that. It does have the sweet chocolate. It has more dark chocolate, again with that little bit of roast, but not coffee. But you could say how coffee would really be nice with it. The caramel is there for sure. I get some oak tannins. I mentioned the actual barrel before, and it's kind of just like that caramel. It's almost like a bourbon, like you made like a bourbon caramel sauce, because that bourbon is so interwoven. But again, not overly done. Nothing is overly done. It's so wild. Now I'm getting that jammy thing. It's probably during the sip too, but definitely the aftertaste. There's like, but it's weird too because the aftertaste, I don't have residual sugar anymore, so it's a relatively dry experience. But then it's like jammy berry, but like you never, like, what does unsweetened jam, berry jam even taste like? But this is what it tastes like. Enough of the alcohol comes through. It's a big beer, but it's not too much, at least for me. Man, this chocolate thing, now it's a little bit fudgy, but like I keep saying, but you pull some of the sweetness back, but it's still fudgy. Chocolate pudding, but then it's at that dark chocolate. Like right now it's very dark chocolate with a little bit of that jam. Yeah, it actually, it tastes a lot like I ate an actual piece of dark chocolate, and then like accurately like that, little crackery, and then again this interesting berry jam note, but without the sweetness. It's so cool. Wow. Also, this is fantastic. I think I've said that right, that I like this beer. And then back to the caramel. All right. I'll know if you did not watch to the end of this video if you comment on the contrary of this. That sip, about 90% through the sip before it would become like the after, right? Nice little vanilla. So don't call me. If you call me the vanilla, please, I'll know you didn't watch the whole thing. Have you had this beer before? Again, thanks again, Keith, and make sure you guys check him out. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had any of the other ones in this series? Have you had other years? Are you just drinking something else you want to tell me about? Anything, everything. Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.